and I'm really happy to be involved in this particular program we call the Startup Initiative, and we're doing this, of course, with Pietro Fiorentini as a way to look at technologies across a variety of different categories of, arranged around hydrogen, from production, storage, distribution, and energy use, and of course, carbon capture as well. Always exciting to work with the technology founders, the entrepreneurs, the individuals who are really taking on the technology risk of advancing innovation. So this is an opportunity to use a systemic approach to not only review these different technologies, but also the business plan opportunities, the modeling that is used to make those projects not just a technology, but a business, how it fits with other stakeholders in the industry, other stakeholders in the market. And one of the more interesting things about the way we run this particular program is we do a purposeful collision of different projects as a way to look at how technologies can come together to create more significant value. I mean, I think we can say that there are no projects on the stock exchange that come from a single technology. It's typically a merger of multiple technologies as it applies to industrial application. So this becomes an effort on behalf of a variety of different industrial stakeholders. In this case, Intesa Sanpaolo as a financing institution, and Pietro Fiorentini as an operational technology company, to be able to look at how to engage different technology components, multiple technology collaborations, and business modeling across multiple industries in order to create real value. So this is a program that we'll be involved in here. This is a program that was really developed around 2006 here in California, where I'm sitting right now, kind of in between Santa Barbara and Los Angeles. But of course, I'll be back in Italy, where I live in Varese, in about a week. And the goal here is to work through a specific type of process-based approach so that we can effectively create these collision opportunities for technologies, so that we can look for the value that creates the real opportunity in the markets. So we think about the Startup Initiative as a series of activities really focused on creating opportunities for feedback and filtering at the same time. And as we have learned from experience, every project has value, and it's really a focused approach to understanding where that value is inside of the project. So we start with the application pre-screening process, which, if you're in this webinar today, that means you've already gone through this part of the process to be selected to the grant that is this program. And from that application and pre-screening, then we go into what we call the world class. So the world class is similar to a kind of a 2-day high-intensity boot camp, which we think of as really being an engine for approaching deal flow. This is an opportunity to talk about not just the technology or the specific business that you have, but the challenges associated with moving through the life cycle of any technology project. And technology projects, every single one of them has a life cycle, and that life cycle typically starts with the concept, moves into product development, then into some type of testing, either technological or market testing. And ultimately, this is moving towards a production mentality or the distribution to the market. And that life cycle has a start, a middle, and a finish. And through that life cycle, there are different types of financing that appeal to those different life cycle stages. So this is an important part of the entrepreneurial journey. And during this world class, the boot camp, we have a chance to talk about some of the inherent challenges and the inherent opportunities that are associated within that life cycle. And then, of course, as an entrepreneur, this is up to you to understand where you fit in that life cycle, what the most appropriate type of allocation of capital would be to you. And through this, it's very important that we understand that multiple different types of financing will be applicable to your project at different times in the life cycle. most entrepreneurs don't know these things as they start their first, second, or third company. And so this is an opportunity to talk about these different challenges and these different opportunities in advance of falling into some of the traps that many entrepreneurs end up in. So this is a educational seminar. It's 2 days, but of course it involves a series of workshops, and those workshops are designed specifically to allow the collisions between technologists, between the entrepreneurs, between the market opportunities, as a way to visualize opportunity for each one of you. So this is a very important couple of days, and it sets the stage for the next step. So every step is really leading where the output of one layer is the input to the next. So that 2-day seminar, that world-class boot camp, is then leading into what we think of as one-to-one coaching. And so this part of the program is an opportunity for me to work with each one of the companies individually, and that one-to-one opportunity builds on what we experienced during the world class, and through that, then we start to try to peel the onion or expose the opportunities and the challenges so that we can address them in the most positive way possible, looking for the most likely scenario for ROI, for return on investment, for each one of you. And so this is a chance to really focus on what it will take to move towards success with each project, and of course, continually capturing data to look for potential value creation collisions. So that's a big part of the one-to-one activities. In this program, of course, we also have an opportunity not just for one-to-one connection and communication with me, but also with the executive teams of Pietro Fiorentini. And so you have a chance to first work with me to talk about the project that you have, and follow that up with an opportunity to talk directly to the organization of Pietro Fiorentini to see if we can peel back further the opportunities for collaboration there. So this is, of course, the biggest goal of this program, is to look for that industrial connection. So from those one-to-one activities where we have a chance to interact directly, then we move towards what we look at as being kind of a screening process or a pre-diligence activity of the deal lineup. And this is really a selection opportunity where we further fine-tune what is the best fit for the stakeholders in this program. And that deal lineup will be really a presentation-based event where you have a chance to present your project in front of decision-making stakeholders there. So from that deal lineup, then we select companies that have a chance to really participate in what we think of as an arena, a more formal presentation to the executive team of Pietro Fiorentini and their selected guests. And with that, we really kind of think through the global market opportunity and where the projects that we're seeing in the event at the arena, where we see them fitting truly with the types of resources that need to line up. Ultimately, everything about this type of a program is what we think of as a pressurization volcano, hoping to move towards what we all think of as return on investment, ROI. In order to get there, we need to really understand what the most likely scenario is for ROI for each one of the projects, and they can all be different, and that's perfectly okay. Some are technology-based returns on investment, which may mean a technology transfer or acquisition or merger. Other times there are corporate acquisitions and investment in companies, and so there's a variety of different pathways to create what is the most likely scenario for ROI for each one of you. So this is about acceleration and growth, preparing to understand where the best fit is within the market, within the stakeholder value chain. And through these different processes, we're really looking at how to select, identify, educate, communicate, and ultimately kind of look at where we can converge technologies to create that exponential value growth. So it's a process, and it's based on a design that has been functional now for about 15 years or so. And having developed it here in California and imported it into the European community, much of it has evolved to be not just advancement in education for entrepreneurs, but also for the investment community. And we'll have a chance to work with Pietro Fiorentini as an investor and as executives as well. And so the goal is to really kind of work towards harmonizing the language between investors and the entrepreneurs. Ultimately, we do have a communication component to this, which focuses on how the presentations best deliver the message of your particular project. And we have a chance during the one-to-one sessions and certainly during the other activities of the world-class boot camp and the deal lineup to communicate how to best exchange information between each other. So that's the basis of it, and we can kind of stop right there and move on with other elements of today's program to help you understand what we're going to be doing. But I'm looking forward to it. This type of activity is extremely engaging for me. It's exhausting as we work with all these different companies at one after another. But this is really where we have a chance to look at things in a holistic and compressed way. When we think of an accelerator, the idea here is to look at it as a cyclotron, compressing data information about markets and technologies into one space and looking for that energy output. So looking forward to it and looking forward to meeting each and every one of you and getting to know not just the technology projects that you're bringing to the table, but you personally as well. So that's it for me. Looking forward to seeing everyone very soon. And if anybody has questions, I believe you can type them into the chat and we go from there. So I will stay on this call until the end here. And if you have any questions for me, you can type them into the chat space and we'll try to get to those questions throughout the program here. So Michele, who is next on our agenda?
Thank you, Bill. We can go on with Stefano.
Very good.
Yes, thank you. So I will just a second. All right. Can you see my screen, right?
Perfect.
Yes.
All right, thank you everybody for being here. Just a quick introduction of myself. I'm Stefano Chiurco. I'm part of the strategic marketing team in Pietro Fiorentini and of these activities, this initiative for a startup call with Intesa Sanpaolo Innovation Center. And I would like just to quickly introduce also the Pietro Fiorentini group. This is our purpose. So the idea is to provide to the market technology and solutions for a digital and sustainable world. That is, let me say, the hot topic for this specific startup call. And I would like just to give you an idea on who we are. So we are an Italian company that started its journey in 1940 and started the journey in the natural gas field. So this is a 8 years old company that has a strong competencies in industrial and engineering application. And today, the group just became, let me say, a multinational group at the moment with more than 2,000 collaborators around the world, around 14 facilities and offices all around the world. We serve more than 100 countries all around with all the different solutions that we provide to the market, mainly focused on the energy industry, with a specific focus on the natural gas field. And starting from 3 years ago, 3 years ago, we also started the journey on the renewable field. This is in general the complete value chain in which we can offer our solution, starting from the production side, getting through medium, high, medium, and low pressure gas distribution value stream. Also considering a big focus on all the green gas production part, in which you can see technologies like biomethane production and upgrading, power to gas and methanation applications. Of course, hydrogen production, considering power to hydrogen, the carbon capturing technologies, and of course, all the readiness activities to make the gas infrastructure ready for the hydrogen distribution. Specifically, the new evolution that our company started a couple of years ago is a new evolution toward the energy transition. So trying to become a key player to guide and assist our customers through the energy transition. And we started to define a two-stream strategy in which we try to apply our competencies in technology and industrialization to serve two main streams. These two streams, we call them green value chains, in which we try to serve all the new points of production and consumption of green gases, and we can see better later on what we talk about when we talk about green value chains. And on the other side, we have the green gas networks activity, is a second platform in which we work to make the infrastructure ready for receive and manage green gases. Specifically, these two platforms work on specific technology bricks, technology groups. On one side, for green gas value chains, we have all the technologies and solutions for green molecules production, considering biomethane and hydrogen, for example. Then we have the sector coupling, in which we try to identify connection between the different energy sectors, and a power to gas application is one of the main example for this field. All the carbon capturing technologies that is needed to reduce the carbon emission in the different industrial application that we consider as pivotal for the energy transition. And this is the focus on how to make sustainable the production of gases, considering so green gases in all the value chains. And on the other side, we have the second platform, that is the green gas networks, that focus on make the grid, the infrastructure ready to receive and accept these new gases, make all the components, so regulators, meters, and all the components within the grid ready to receive and manage the green gases. And last point is, of course, increase the efficiency of the grid, reducing leakages, and also including new technological solutions like digital application, make the infrastructure evolve to a smart gas grid solution. Specifically for this call, this initiative that we have that we call Sustainable Energy Venture, we are going to focus in identifying and support projects and companies that are able to provide technological innovation for the green molecules production, specifically in the hydrogen field. And on the other side, all the technology able to support the development of our application in carbon capturing, not just capturing, but also the storage and, of course, managing the CO2 in an efficient way. What we do as Fiorentini, and why a company and initiative should work and collaborate with Pietro Fiorentini, we are trying to develop this program that we call PF Accelerator, in which the idea is to create a sustainable value for the company, feeding the innovation engine of the Pietro Fiorentini group. In this way, we're going to support the open innovation activities, establishing an ecosystem for entrepreneurial excellence, able to lead the energy transition with all the application that we would like to provide to the market that we serve. How we do this as Fiorentini, the idea, of course, is to put in place all the expertise that we have in the industrialization of solution, supporting the companies in defining the right strategy and the market position to scale up and extract all the value for the technology that they have. Then industrialize the solution, so giving support in terms of industrialization of the process of this company, defining the structured business model, supporting with our sales channels all around the world the commercialization of the solution, supporting the R&D activities with engineering and scaling up, supporting, and also with the pilots for this new technology. And of course, last but not least, the financial support that early stage technology could need. And just to give you some example of what we did and the intention of this kind of program, we invited with us today Emanuele Castioni, that is a partner of Pietro Fiorentini, that is going, I think, to present himself and to present also a project that we started with them last year. So just to give you an example on what kind of activities Fiorentini is providing with startups and enterprises able to provide technology bricks to the energy transition strategy.
Hi everyone. As Stefano already said, I am the CEO and founder of the ITER, a new corporate, or better, it's an old corporate, but right now we have a new partner that is Pietro Fiorentini, and we have done the M&A last year, probably during this period, at the end of the May. Last year we received a lot of offers from different corporates, and first of all, at the end we were with two different offer. One, Pietro Fiorentini, and another offer was from a financial partner. But the why at the end we choose Pietro Fiorentini? Because we have had a common path for the future. So not only a financial partner, but we need a industrial and financial partner. And as Stefano said, we have a lot of in common in the vision for the future and in the vision for the for developing the hydrogen market. So what we have found in Pietro Fiorentini was as I already said, the common view and the able to do the things, not only the financial part. And this is why right now we are in Pietro Fiorentini. Our technology is based on AEMWE technology that we have developed, my partner and I, during last 10 years. We have 2 patents for this technology, and we are fighting the market with this new technology, fighting with the other 2 technology, the alkaline technology and the PEM technology. And we can, if we can compare the 3 technology, we can get the best thing from one technology and the best thing from the other technology, to be very fast and ready for the market. Right now, we are all over the world, the biggest with this technology, and we produce everything inside the corporate. So the chemical part, the most important, the core of our business, we produce inside in our laboratory. We do not buy the cathode or the membrane from other laboratory or other corporate. Another important thing of our technology is the efficiency. We are roughly 85% of efficiency on HHV, and then we use only demi water as water process, so a very simple and economic water, and we produce at 25 bar without any auxiliary compressor. So we do not have work to our electric cell, and we can work directly with the renewable energy. And this is a very important aim if we are looking for the maximum efficiency to produce hydrogen. Our hydrogen generator can work for the HRS, so the refilling station, for the industrial application, for example, to produce ammonia or to produce methanol, and we can work for the as a renewable energy storage, because you can store the hydrogen and then you can use it whenever you want for different purpose, to produce electricity, to produce hot water, for example, or to produce as a technical gas. And this is what we do every day. Right now, we have a consolidated electrolytic stack that's up to 2.1 normal cubic meter per hour, and in probably at the end of the second part of the year, we will be ready for the new size of the electrolytic stack. It was 250 kilowatt as power consumption, so roughly 50 normal cubic meter per hour as production. With the aim of Pietro Fiorentini, we have set up all the operational and all the sites, and right now we have a new line production in according to lean and agile philosophy, and right now we have rent another part of building because we are growing very fast for the market. As you know, the hydrogen market every day is growing and growing, and this is what we do every day.
Thank you, Emanuele. And of course, we are here to receive all the questions that you want to ask. This was just a brief overview on what we do and the expectation that we have from this kind of initiative, and of course, stimulating the idea to cooperate with a company that we would like to meet in order to boost the innovation that these companies are already implementing, giving all the support that a group like we are can provide. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks to everyone. If there's any questions, please type them into the chat box here on this webinar. We'll take just a few more minutes online, and if there are no questions, then we'll close it out. But if there are any questions, we'll try to answer them right now. I don't see any, so either we were absolutely perfect and everything is perfectly understandable, or everyone is so confused that there's no questions. So
don't be shy.
Either extreme. Yeah, don't be shy. This is going to be one of those programs where we really have a chance to get to know each other. So there is no space for shyness in here. We'll really get a chance to communicate on a very open and one-to-one level. So this will be a good chance to get to know projects, entrepreneurs, technologies, and companies. All right, I don't see any questions being typed in. So I think we're pretty good for today. And of course, through these next weeks, if you have questions, you can certainly always reach out to to all of us through the channels that you've had in the past. All right, I see one question here from David Stainer. Like to understand what happens after the program. Stefano, if you want to address that question.
Yes.
From the perspective of Pietro Fiorentini.
Yes, the idea is to identify the most promising technologies in the field that we presented. So specifically on the hydrogen field and carbon capturing, storage and utilization. And the idea is at the end of the program, when we identify the most promising, is to start the negotiation in order to identify a solution for partnership, commercial partnership, or even entering in the capital of the target that we identify with this program. So we are pretty open to any kind of collaboration and partnership with the companies in order to speed up the development of the solution that we can provide on the market within this specific field. So carbon capturing, utilization and storage, and hydrogen production and management.
Okay, and I see another question here. Thank you, Stefano. I see another question here. I just want to know from Dino Boccaccini. I just want to know, is the membrane homemade or commercial? So this is clearly for Heider. And so, Emanuele, is there a response
Homemade.
to that?
Homemade anyway.
Homemade.
Okay.
And I know
Homemade.
David and Dino.
Perfect. All right, and so essentially at this point, I think we're pretty good. We have a good understanding that this particular program is focused on this collaboration between companies. The stakeholders include Pietro Fiorentini and Intesa Sanpaolo and others. Heider is in there from the perspective of technologies examples, and so we have a good chance again to get to know everybody and their technologies and their market paths. Any last questions? Okay, I think we're pretty good.
Yes, I have one on the
There is
topic
another
of the
one.
call. Yeah. Just to answer quickly about the topic of the call was to present the startup initiative between Intesa Sanpaolo and Pietro Fiorentini. The idea it was exactly to present which is the field of technology and application and which is the process that we are going to follow. And the idea is to give the opportunity to the different attendees to understand exactly what we are expecting and also give the opportunity to better understand what you can expect from this kind of initiative and partnership with a group like we are. I think that I said everything.
Yeah, the last question I see here is if we have any questions, who do we write to? And the emails that you have received to get to this point should have come probably from startup@intesasanpaolo.com. And so that's probably the best place to ask any questions to is to startup@intesasanpaolo.com. And Michele Fiore, is that the best one, the best email address?
Yes, but
Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay. Very good. We'll see everyone very soon, and looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you and have a good day.
Okay. Ciao.
thank you.